Good evening. The September 11, 2024 council meeting of the Long Branch City Council will now come to order. Roll call.
Mr. Dangler?
Here.
Dr. Vogt?
Here.
Mrs. Wittes?
Here.
Dr. Selly is absent. Mr. Vieira?
I'm here. Please all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Everyone, please remain standing for a moment of silence and recognition of September 11th. Thank you. I will now read the mission statement of the City Council. The Long Branch Mayor and City Council Administration are committed to cultivating an environment of mutual trust and respect that values the diversity of our community. We will strive to enhance the quality of life for all who live here by making Long Branch a desirable place in which to live and prosper. We will treat all members of the public with respect and expect the same in return. Madam Clerk?
I hereby certify that this meeting has been published in the newspaper in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act and posted as required by law.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the August 28th, 2024.
So move.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Dangler?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly is absent. Mr. Vieira?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Consideration of ordinance. The public hearing and final consideration is none. Ordinance for introduction. I'll now turn it over to our city attorney, Mr. Reynaud.
Thank you, Council President. You have the ordinance that's on for introduction on first reading is an ordinance that amends the provision of our code concerning the fire department, and I just wanted to give you some context for that ordinance. You also have on resolution 226-24, which is a resolution that is approving the renegotiation of the collective bargaining agreement with the superior officers in the Uniform Fire Division. As part of that settlement of that contract, there was an agreement that we are going to change the names of two titles. We're going to change the lieutenants. All lieutenants are going to be called captains, and the captain is going to be called a battalion chief. The memorandum is clear that all that does is it's not any additional compensation, doesn't change the authority. It just is it's the same number of ranks. It doesn't create any new positions. And when we do that in the collective bargaining agreement, we then have to change the table of organization, change the organization nomenclature names that are used in the ordinance. So you'll see as we go through, we change the name of captain to battalion chief and lieutenant to captain, and once again, it's so that those two items are together. So I just wanted to explain why it was we were doing the ordinance and how it relates to the contract provision.
Thank you. Ordinance 017-24. This is the first reading of ordinance 17-24, entitled an ordinance amending chapter 45, Fire Department, section 45-3, Officers' Powers and Duties, and 45-4, Firefighters Uniform Fire Division, UFD. Summary of this ordinance amends 45, 5 department, section 45-3 and 45-4 to update the titles to the command officers for the Uniform Fire Division. I need a motion to introduce on the first reading, advertise and post according to law, to set the public hearing for September 25, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Dangler?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly is absent. Mr. Vieira?
Yes. Ordinance 0-1824, an ordinance of the City of Long Branch approving and adopting a redevelopment plan for non-condemnation on Broadway and 6th Avenue redevelopment area. Consists of block 268, lots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 32, and 33. A summary. The purpose of this ordinance is to adopt a redevelopment plan to non-condemnation for the Broadway and the 6th Avenue Block, 268 lots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 32, and 33. I need a motion to introduce the first reading, advertise and post according to law, and set the public hearing for October 9th, 2024.
So moved. Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Dangler?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly is absent. Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Motion passed.
I need a motion to open the public portion of the meeting for all comments.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? If there's anyone in the audience that has a comment to make, please step to the podium and state your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once.
Thank you. My name is Paul Lugoso, and my purpose for today is to bring to your attention two issues. I'm an authorized representative of your citizens in Long Branch who are members of your crossing guard group who protect the kids and the citizens during the summer and also during the school year. As their representative, we've been in good faith bargaining with the township on a new contract that was already resolved in March. And and unfortunately, we believe there's been unnecessary resources spent with us chasing and trying to get that agreement just signed and dotted and moved on. Second issue is that at the end of the year, there was a snow day that was offered and given to the teachers in the town on a non-inclement weather day. The supervisor of the crossing guards told the crossing guards to put in for that snow day. When payment wasn't received, we brought that to the attention of the town, and the town has now engaged us in conversation that's going to force federal litigation and unnecessary resources being spent by the town. So we're here to let you know that up front and straight to the town council versus through other channels, because we would like to not do that, but this is going to cause more money spent on something that is a minor issue, but not minor in the sense that the 3 hours that we're not getting for each of the employees that was supposed to get the snow day, they depend on that money, even though it's a small amount of money maybe to me or somebody else. And what was offered yesterday in a conversation with an attorney as well as the town really was a ridiculous comment. So we're going to be forced, unfortunately. We want to make sure that everybody was aware that this is going to result in some level of federal litigation. It's not going to be a local town matter. And we don't want to do that. We've enjoyed an unbelievable, great relationship with the town. There's never been any legal action. And the organization I represent is Local 210 with the Teamsters. So we just wanted to bring that to your attention. We felt it was important to address the town directly, as well as the town council, and bring that to everybody's front of mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. After the public portion, our city administration will have a comment on that. Okay? Anybody else?
Vincent Lepore, 33 Ocean Terrace, Long Branch, requesting 1-minute notification. Again, tonight, taxes, taxes, taxes. Pallone, after the last council meeting, you continue to be a liar. You can continue to be a deflector. You're, in essence, a lying deflector. Speaking about taxes, you responded to a resident of this city, quote, Lou, meaning city attorney, is absolutely right about the demonstration program that's unique to Monmouth County. There's assessments, and it's based on a formula, end quote. You're not getting out of this one, Pallone. Not with a lying deflection. Back in 2015, there was a heavy political process via the state to allow municipalities to opt out of the Monmouth County Demonstration Assessment Program. 7 towns did: Allentown, Avon, Belmar, Marlboro, Millstone, Manasquan, and Wall. Palone, you being an integral part of this government in 2015, instead of initiating an opt-out, you chose to stay in the program. You have a heavy hand in the current suffering of the people of this city that they're going through today with their inflationary assessments. Your interest in staying in the county assessment demonstration program continues to be the county program's ability to partially offset and hide the loss of property tax revenue due to developer tax abatements, which continues to place an additional tax burden on most of the taxpayers in this city. A destabilized tax base in this city, if ever there was one. It's a real mess. Tonight, Resolution 226, the firefighters' contract. It is what it is for now. Mr. Martin, do you have a figure on the value of the volunteer firefighters to this city? Yes or no?
The value of the contract or the value of the firefighter?
The firefighters?
No.
No. I'll submit an Oprah on that tomorrow and suggest that perhaps the city take a look at Middletown's incentive program for volunteer firefighters. Middletown has had a reputation for having one of the most successful volunteer fire departments in this state. We'd like to see the Long Branch volunteer firefighters taken care of as well, on the par with Middletown's. Monmouth County SPCA, cease and desist. Notice to all directors of the Monmouth County Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, be advised that conduct constituting an offense engaged in by an agent of the corporation shall be imputed to the corporation. Any violations of the animal cruelty statutes may involve the corporate directors. I respectfully submit that the Monmouth County SPCA cease and desist from the conduct herein described. This was respectfully submitted by Dr. Stuart Goldman, former Chief Humane Law Enforcement Officer of the Monmouth County SPCA and former President Treasurer of the Monmouth County SPCA. He goes on to further cite the statutes of violations in regards to the needless killing of animals by the SPCA. Yes, the SPCA is a kill shelter. Especially describing in detail the killing of feral cats. Dr. Stuart Goldman
1 minute notification.
continues and requests everyone, quote, let Assistant Prosecutor in charge of animal cruelty, Melanie Falco, know your displeasure with her lack of concern for lack of animal cruelty enforcement in Monmouth County, end quote. Falco, currently the one prosecuting 2 city employees on an animal control call. She can't even do her own job, and she's expected to prosecute 2 city employees that were doing their job? And Mayor Pallone, you surrendered those 2 city employees to her? This is junk government. I'll tell you right now, Melanie Falco doesn't have a case. Not only are these 2 employees going to take care of the prosecutor's office, they're going to take care of you, Pallone, and this council for allowing what you allowed to happen to them. Pure junk government.
Thank you. Anyone else? I need a motion to close the public portion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Ca-
Before I
ca-
go ahead.
Oh, sorry,
Go ahead.
Council President, can I, on 2 items that were raised. First, I haven't been handling the grievance with regards to the crossing guard, so I'm a little bit kind of catching up here. There is a grievance procedure in the crossing guards contract. My understanding is that the parties are currently within that grievance process. The gentleman referred to federal litigation. I'm not really sure what that would be if there's a collective bargaining agreement. Normally, there's an arbitration clause. If there's not an arbitration clause, it would be a state court matter to enforce the contract. But that having been said, my understanding is that the parties and their attorneys have met once already and continue to meet. As to the status of the signed contract, once again, my office isn't preparing it, but I certainly will find out as quickly as we can as to what that is. Secondly, with regards to the assessment demonstration program, and once again, I just want to note for the record that Mr. Lepore has kind of another hit and run, has come in and now has left. But if he was here, I would explain to him that, first, nobody was given the opportunity to quote-unquote opt out of the assessment demonstration programs. And it's not 7 municipalities, it's actually 2 municipalities, Marlborough and Spring Lake. And I know a little bit about it because I've been Marlborough's township attorney for about 20 years now. And they were immediately sued by the county tax board. So there is litigation currently pending as to whether or not those municipalities can stay out. It was not an option. It was not an option to the governing body. It's just simply litigation. So I just want to make that clear for the record so that the council once again gets the straight answer as opposed to the.
Thank you. You
Other
good,
answer.
Charlie, or Mr. Shirley? You good?
Yeah, exactly what he said. The only thing I would add is that there is a next step that we've offered them, and they can go forward from there.
Okay, thank you. Resolutions. We can take a list of resolution as a consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Dangler?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly is absent. Mr. Viera?
Yes. Applications are none. Miscellaneous business for the good of the order. Councilman Dangler.
I would just like to thank everyone for coming out. Continue to be safe and continue to say prayers for those who lost loved ones with 911. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Vogt.
Thank you, Council President. I would like to thank both the city and Senator Gopal for the beautiful ceremony that was put together this morning in honor of September 11th and those beautiful people that were lost in that event. It was a very heartbreaking ceremony, but very beautiful remembrance of life. As we all say with September 11th, we will never forget. And it was just a visible, passionate, impactful message from the city to say that we will never forget. So my thanks to all the people who put that ceremony together. It was beautiful. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Councilwoman Wittes.
I also would like to thank everyone for coming this evening and wishing you all good next 2 weeks. And if you have any concerns, we're here to listen to you. Please contact us. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Pallone.
Thank you, Council President. As Dr. Vogt said, today we had our 9/11 Remembrance Service, and I want to take the time to thank all of our first responders for their service. And as she also said, on this day and every day, we should never forget. There's a couple events coming up that I'd like to mention. It's Hispanic Heritage Month, and at our Long Branch Arts and Cultural Center, we'll be having an opening reception on September 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. with live music, food, and art. All are welcome. We also will be having our Uptown Broadway Festival this Sunday, it's Sunday, September 22nd from 2 to 6 p.m. on Broadway between Washington Streets and Norwood Avenue. Join us there for live music, fun, and family entertainment. Again, that's something new that we're doing this year. And finally, the City of Long Branch will be having a paper shredding event on November 2nd from 9 a.m. to noon at our new senior center, 85 2nd Avenue. And this event is for Long Branch residents only. So thank you all for being here this evening.
Thank you, Mayor Pallone. And thanks for coming out tonight to the fire department, everybody coming out and sharing your concerns. I hope everything gets worked out. And our hearts are thought with the 9/11 members, all the first responders. As I watched that plane hit that building, it stayed with me, and my heart's with them, with all the people that lost their loved ones that day. And it was a tough day. With that, I want to say good night and thanks for coming. Need a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks, Lou.